My journey into music. Well, I started to make music. Well, because my father was owning a lot of records, and then from there I started to basically listen to those kind of records like Michael Jackson or I don't know UB40, really strange stuff. But in the same time was kind of revolutionary as like the rhythm and everything. So what I did was to basically start to learn and master some softwares, and I was already kind of really young and a nerd in the same time. So I started to master that and learn how to do that and how to make different kind of sounds with that. And and then after that I think I did music for like 2 years in a row without releasing it. And I come to a point where I was uploading music on MySpace, and then but I can just say something like my first record was like divided by two sides. One side was melodical and the other side was we can call it techno or dark or whatever, but was already on the way to techno, and I didn't even know that I was making techno. I guess I was just making music, and then from the support of the different techno, the whole techno scene, I discovered that there was techno. So I don't know how to explain this thing, but I suppose it's just an evolution that you do, really natural evolution that you do from I just wanted to mix down two sides of the music and which is something really soft and romantic in the same time, I guess, or emotional, I would say, and at the same time something really dark and really strong and energetic in the same time. So I will explain that saying that is the research of what I want to do. This is why now I did a lot of hard things, but people doesn't have to think that I'm just that. I really want to do something more than being dark, just, there is light in the end of the tunnel, I guess. Well, I can say that I'm really influenced by many things, but most of all, I'm really influenced by people. That's the thing that makes me go and makes me realize more stuff. It sounds strange, but people are the main influence for me. And then of course, put yourself in different places that you don't like, and understand what is missing, this kind of things. There are many, but if I have to say some names, well, for me, Jeff Mills is one of the best name I can say. He was so advanced in what he was doing, and he's still doing. So that is really great inspiration, for sure. I started to use Fruity Loops, and I became really good in that. I know that everybody can think about anything bad about that or the simplicity about that software, but I strongly believe that it's a badass software, and people just joke about that because they don't know how many things you can do easily with a software like that. So I would say that one, and then I started to use, I mastered Fruity Loops, but then I started to use Logic, Cubase, and and yeah, and I also, but I'm not good in Ableton. I'm gonna say that I'm not good in that because I just love the way that Fruity Loops or Logic works. The main reason was to release my music, but I realized it shortly that I had an entire army with me of friends, of great artists, and then I realized it shortly that I had to put out this music, because during 2013 was a year where techno was really high, but in the same time something was missing. There was something that that wasn't there as records, and so I figured out that I started to sign friends records, and everything became really popular. But I always had a vision. I don't want to say absolutely. I don't want to lie. I don't want to say that I started the label because I had the vision, and I started to create this vision. It was more like it was a really slow process, and still now is a slow process where we are kind of collecting a lot of nice artists that really respect the label and really respect my vision, and yeah, this is what it is, and I don't believe and I believe that it's really a lot to say that is one of the best labels in the techno scene, but I don't want to lie. I want to say that I think the same. I don't want to lie because I think I really put a lot of energy in the label, and I really believe that we can. This is just a start. It's just a start. I would say the first one is love, because I think that there is a lot of passion going on. There is a lot of new things going on. Techno is evolving as never before, and the second one should be, let's say, evolution, because I think that from where we started, we are coming to a point where the playground is getting bigger and bigger, which means that everything becomes more difficult, which means that you have to really be careful to make good stuff. That's the thing. And the last one is business, because I believe that business is making a really big part of the techno nowadays, and people are making a lot of money out of it, and we need more people that care about the quality, I guess. Yeah. There are a lot of artists that are really doing great, personally. I really think that I can make a nice name since I'm in France. I can say Shlomo. He's a really nice guy, really good guy, really good music. He will become quite big in this year, 2016. And he also became resident in Concrete, which is really interesting. Another name I can say, there are many. I have like Kate Carnell from Amsterdam. It's really great. I have signed him on art, so I'm also pushing for that, but it's really great, and he will become quite popular, more than what he is now. I think I have some new guy. My lovely Farseb. Farseb is a guy that's 17 years old. He's from Argentina, and I have to push him like crazy because I really believe that this guy will change something in our techno scene. I can go on. I really can go on. There are many good guys around. Jeff Rushin, Infection, I don't know, Dax J is already big, but he will become even more bigger, and Solin. Well, Milan evolved a lot during the last years, actually the last 5 years I would say. Milan became more strong in the techno playground, started to push more I would say something that never happened, like locals. They started to push locals, which is something good. They need to do it more. But I would say the good side of it is that they're evolving and they're making parties. There are new crews. They are making new parties they are calling really good names, I would say. But on the other side, there are not so many. It's like only 3 units, 4 units working, and Milan is really big, you know. Milan, there's a lot of people that like techno. So I believe the bad side of it is that we really need more culture. We really need more culture into the scene, and really need that people start to listen to good music and to understand how to move in a culture. And yeah, this is Milano today, I think. It's great, it's not bad, but in the same time I believe that we are really far away from making a big powerful city. But we have the potential, for sure. Yeah. The first point was when I was 19 years old and I went to Tokyo for the first time of my life, and I've never been I've never played music for more than 500 people, and when I went there was 3,000 people in front of me. That was one of the most difficult thing I can do in my life, because I was so under pressure, because everybody was looking at me. And you know, I don't know if you know, but Japan people, when you go in a club, everybody look at you, everybody's staring at you, which is something that is an exam. That was one of the biggest exams in my life for me, and that changed everything for me. That was the first thing that changed it. When I played that time, for the first time I played my set, everything was fine, everybody was happy, blah blah blah. There was a girl coming to the stage, running and crying. Yes. And I was like, what's going on? She was trying to hug me, and I was like, what's going on? What is wrong? And she was speaking in Japanese, saying something, and I was like, looking to the promoter, and I was like, can you help me understand what is going on? And the girl was like saying, literally, you changed the view of my life. And I was like, yeah. Okay, silence. And she's on drugs? And she was like, no way, I'm not on drugs. And she was understanding what I was saying, and she started to say, yeah, you really did an amazing set that changed the view of my emotions. And I started to cry. I understood that I had to do that. I had to go around and give emotions to people, like a nice movie or a nice picture or whatever. And that was the proof that it was possible, you know. After that EP, that EP was really personal for me. Was really something that I really wanted on my own label. I work with other labels like Mono Black and other stuff that people don't know. But after that, I will start a new label called Dark Matter. This label is a label where I will start to make my music, and maybe I will sign other people's music or whatever, but the main idea is to put out music that I really believe in and not giving away to anybody, just because I believe that I can do as I do with arts, I can write another history with my music only. So that's the thing, that's a new label. And yeah, I have another arts too, new one, and there's a lot of stuff coming up, but I cannot say everything.